Good news. Oops, shit. I nearly fell over the dog. Too hot for him at the moment. Beautiful day. Things are progressing with the pond, although I am at complete standstill at the moment because I can't get cement. But a friend of mine thankfully has a bit of a store, so he's offered to lend me 10 bags and I'll replace them when I can actually get hold of some. But yeah, so regards to pond progress, here we are. So there we go. Old pond looking fresh. And well, we've laid as many blocks as we can. So over in that corner you can see, that's the overall finish height. I'd worked out I got my levels all completely wrong for the Nexus, so all the work that I'd done on the drainage and the pad that it was going to sit on, that's all had to be dug out, which is always nice, having to redo your work. I think it's true what they say, measure twice, cut once, or just don't be a dickhead like me. But yeah, so that's where we're up to. But probably what's more exciting was last week, Friday, was it? Thursday or Friday, I actually put a post up on one of the forums on Facebook to say that I had a lot of foam on top of my water, and quite a few people come back and said, oh, it's just dirty, you need to clean your water out, do a water change. Anyone that knows me, so you know, they'll know that I'm quite anal with my cleaning and keeping the water clear. Hopefully that shows. Always doing my tests, water tests, periodically scraping if I see any issues, and continuous water changes and DIY filters, and yeah, so I was a bit mystified as to what was going on, and I was sat at my work desk in there and I heard some splashing about. What I was it sounds a bit pervy really, what I was very fortunate to witness was my bronze chagoi, I think it's a chagoi, was actually spawning with a couple of other males, or several other males. So basically what was happening is, those aren't familiar with koi spawning, like I say, not wishing to sound like a koi perv or anything like that, but obviously she was laden with eggs. It's funny actually, because the fish is actually called David Copperfish, but it's now aptly renamed Davina Copperfish. But she was obviously carrying, and the other males were chasing her around the pond, so it's quite a ferocious event to watch actually. It's quite, I mean, she's got some battle scars now. There she is, just there, just going across. She's got some battle scars now. It's quite a rough thing to watch. But yeah, basically the other males, several other males were pushing her around the pond, and what they're actually trying to do is push the eggs out of her. So she was going into the plants around the edges. As you can see, a lot of the plants have been removed at the moment. So yeah, anyway, turned out that foam and quite a putrid smell actually, a very horrible fishy smell, was a byproduct of the spawning. So, but what we was very, very fortunate with, and I will just actually quickly upload a video here. So as I say, it all happened very quickly. I was actually working, it was later on in the afternoon, so it was a mad panic. I heard all the splashing around during the day, but what I did discover was lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of eggs within my plants, and I also had some old filter brushes. I don't think, yeah, you can just about see them. So what I did was very quickly this is my koi bowl. It's 1200 in length. It's not going to be permanent, but just in an emergency situation. Good friend Steve, thank you Steve, helped me out with an Oaza filter box quickly and pump, and we've got an air stone in there as well. And what I've done just in the time being, just if fish sex wasn't pervy enough, what I've done is cover my filter in I don't know what women say, is it denier, opaque, I don't know, a thick set of thick set of tights just to make sure that we're, if anything is born, obviously we're not losing it up the filter, but having a good read up. So we've got a lot of eggs that are unfertilised, so they're pretty much duds, and we've got to sit down later and basically hand pick those out, because we've got a mixture, some that are duds, some that aren't duds. So I don't know if you can see on there, so anything white and cloudy is unfortunately a dud and unfertilised, but what the camera won't pick up is the clear that are fertilised. So yeah, so if they go white and cloudy within the first couple of days, from what I gather, you've got yourself a dud. But the exciting news is, and I don't think you might be able to pick this up. What I'll do is I'll upload a photo, but on a lot of these branches here, on the root stems, I don't know if you can just pick that up. What I will do is I'll quickly pop a picture in now. But what you'll see in that picture is two very, very, very tiny eyes staring back and moving around. So we're on day 3, I think it is, going into the 3rd day. Yeah, so it's morning now, but this afternoon will be the 3rd day. Yeah, so by day 3, they'll either start to hatch or up to day 7. So I think looking at these, the fact that we're already on day 3 and they're only just starting to form as eggs. Is it Dave Jones on one of the forums? He's been very helpful, so thank you very much with information. But yeah, so for the time being, this is a very basic setup, just because I wanted to get the eggs out. Obviously all the pond plants have had to come out with it. But yes, it's just a basic filter, pump, box filter. We've got an air stone in the bottom, just running low. And then we've obviously utilised the pond water in here. And we've got the UV on top. So what I'm going to do is, this shed, like I say, is now been taken over with more pond stuff. So I'm going to take this out because I do need my koi bowl back. It's handy when I'm doing checks and things like that, and just basic viewing the things. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build a timber frame at the end of this shed. So this shed is 5 foot wide, and I'm going to build it just under 1 metre in width, and I'll probably go about 700 deep, 600-700 deep. Going to build it out of timber. I've got an old EPDM liner knocking around somewhere, which I'm going to dig out. And this is actually, it's going to be nice because it can become an area to hopefully raise the fry if we're successful. I would quite like to, on Cuttlebrook koi, you can obviously buy frying from other sellers are available. But that's all I've looked at the moment. It's quite nice to buy fry and bring them on, grow them on. I can actually look at heating the tiny little pond then as well. But yeah, and obviously if there's no babies in it at that time, it's quite handy to have it as a bit of a hospital tank, so or quarantine tank. Obviously nothing too big. Tadpoles are still growing. Hundreds in there. If I just tap side, you'll see them all swimming about. But yeah, they belong to my daughter. Not quite sure what we're going to do with them. There's that box and there's another one in the kitchen, so anybody want any frogs, let us know. But yeah, so that's it basically. What I'll do is I'll do some little updates of me building the pond. It's just going to be built out of 4x2 tannalised timber, and then OSB or ply lined. Obviously everybody knows the cost of wood at the moment is horrendous, and trying to get hold of anything is horrendous. Hence why behind me sits a pond I can't continue with, because I can't get hold of any cement. But what I'll do is I'll do some short snaps or some videos of me just putting it together. And yeah, this now becomes, well, more pond takeover. So yeah, they said the hobby gets expensive and addictive, and I never quite expected that. But yeah, quite exciting. The DIY filter phase 5 or version 5, that's still running well, had good parameters. That's a 300 micron now, but yeah, running much better, and I'm not having to clean it. So it's been 2 days now. You can have a quick look. You can see what it's building up in the Cutex, and I haven't painted it from the last time yet, so don't moan. Let's open this up. There we go, so that's still in there, catching gunge. Easy pond, it's crystal clear. The parameters are good, so yeah, I don't know if we can get a quick video of Davina copperfish. But, yeah, there she is. So you'll see on her. I'm actually going to take her out and see if we can just check she's all right. But you can see her. You can see my dodgy haircut in the background. So poor old Davina now, she had koi pox anyway. She's always been a bit of a runt of the litter. So, yeah. She's got some battle scars on her now. Yeah, she's done us proud, the old girl. But yeah, so old pond, new pond, taken over shed. Yeah, I think my wife might divorce me, but yeah, that's where we are for now. I'll speak to you in a bit. Good news, after a week of rain, we're finally back in the hole. Only problem is, I've been pumping for the last 10 minutes, so to speak. It sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But yeah, just got to get the water out before we can even start. So, pumping the water out, good old pond vac. Even if you've got a bottom drain, massively handy thing to have. I only got a cheap one, just the Pondtech 100 quid jobby, but yeah, a godsend, especially when you've got a hole full of water. But, good news is the bottom drain clearly doesn't leak, and it's holding water. It's just missing the blocks, the fiberglass, the pumps, the filters. Yeah, can't be all bad, but I'll update you a bit later on. There we go, folks. That's the weekend wrapped up. Managed to get about half a day in today. No rain, they said, at the Met Office. But yeah, anyone at the Met Office calling the weather, you should be hung up and shot. Because I don't think you've predicted the weather for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, so not a bad day. So there we go. That's the whole back wall in now. That's full height. So we've got one of the returns just mocked up for now, just to check they're all right. I didn't bother drilling them out. Some people drill them out, but all I'd done was they're 1.5 inch returns, and I just knocked the end of the block off and pugged them in. But, that one's slightly loose, obviously, so it can come out and go back in before it's glued up. Got one of the other returns, that's my mid return, and then there'll be one above it. But, yeah, skimmer's in. Giving it a bit of a tidy, but Christ, with the rain, it's a nightmare trying to keep things clean. But, yeah, if we just go around, excuse the mess, that's the concrete I had to dig out because it was the wrong height, a gully in the corner. Like I say, measure twice, cut once. Thanks, Eve. But yeah, for those that haven't seen them, so this is a JBR Plastics skimmer. So I was really chuffed for this. So I ordered on the Saturday, I think it was, or late Friday, and the guys had it made up and sent out by Tuesday, and I received it Wednesday, which I thought was pucker. But yeah, so what I'm doing, this is going to be pump fed, this. So that's a 1.5 inch, and that's going to feed one return up that end. Excuse the pointing, you won't see this, but that feeds the one return. Excuse me, jostling about. That'll feed that one return there. And then my bakki shower will sit dead centre at the back. Excuse my nail varnish. This is what happens when you let your kids go nuts. Okay, 2 different colours, but I thought it might come off, but it hasn't. So I'm stuck with it for now. I'm not oddball, I promise. But yeah, this is the JBR Plastics. So as I say, this is a 1.5 inch, but nice and simple. It's got the adjustable front, and then you've got the basket at the back that pops out to get all the big debris out. But yeah, it's nice because it just replaces 2 standard blocks. So depending on your brickwork, if you're half overlap, like you should be, yeah, it's just a case of having a half block one side, full block the other, and then obviously the opposite on the next course down. But yeah, nice and easy. Just gets pointed in, glued at the front with CT1 at the moment, and then the 25mm insulation will just be cut into that. Sorry, I keep pausing. Bloody rain on my head, it's driving me mad. But yeah, like I say, trying to keep clean in the hole is an absolute pig shit. So we are getting there. So we're nearly out of blocks again, which is a pain. But I need to calculate because we've got the window going in. Epoxy nails. We've got on a point like that now. Ah, shazer. You know, we've got the window. We've got the window going over there somewhere. That's all you need to know. my oddball nails. But it's just pop the lid on. But yeah, simple as that. So my coping stones aren't that thick, so they will be slightly raised in comparison, but I wanted that dropped in the water as much as possible for the fiberglass. And then I can overlay it. They're just my returns. Again, JBR plastics, 10 quid I think they were. Nice and simple. But solvent weld, those are 1.5 inch. Yeah, 1.5 inch, what more can I say? But yeah, and then I've just been, that one's a mock-up, but when they go on, just be a case of CT1 onto the insulation, and obviously that'll sit 25mm off the wall, and then you use your 1.5 inch pipe, solvent welded, and then to wherever. So I will get my plans out again, because obviously it's been some time, unless you want to go back to the first video, which yeah, they're not great now. I don't think they were very good at the start. But yeah, that's it. But probably more excitingly, so what's nice is I've got my koi bowl back over there in the corner, which is nice. And if I go to, mind out Weeble, someone's been counting koi for me all day. Little filter set up, ready to go on it, but for now, I don't know how well you're going to see this. For now, we have, this has all got to be boxed in. I've got ply to go on the front, and then once there's more water in it, obviously we'll drop it down and cut the liner and get a capping on it, coping on it. But yeah, in here, got the air on. We've got no pump running yet. They say after the first week. So all the old eggs have been removed. But in here, you can't really see it. It's really annoying, and I will give you an update video. So every time I post a video about the pond construction, obviously I'll give you an update. But we reckon there's 50 plus at the moment, koi fry. But I've just built myself a quick standard 4x2 tantalised timber, plywood insert, and then a cheap, I thought I had some liner left, EPDM, which is a piss take. I ended up having to buy some, but this is this 18 quid swell stuff, is it, or Swift? Golly, I certainly wouldn't use it on my proper pond. But yeah, it's not great. But yeah, you got another one?
Yeah.
Alright. So Evie has besotted with the young'uns, so this is going to be her job. And this is now, that'll be the filter, we'll set that up, UV, and then we've got the air pump going. But yeah, that's it for this week. Next week we'll do something slightly different, because progress probably ain't going to be that quick. I've got plenty of cement, so friend Adam Quinn, bless his heart, we now have cement. I shall get some more blocks on order, but I'll go and collect them. Won't be so many because of the window on the front. But what we're going to do next week is we're going to go and visit. I'll film it during the week. So Steve round the corner, friend just round the corner, he's now finished his pond. Cracking pond actually. It's about 5,000 odd litres, I think. Yeah, it's about 5,000 litres, but it's a really cool shape. He's done everything himself, and I'm going to film when we go up to his place. I'll film the route that he has to take from getting the materials off of the side of the road up to his house, and the guy's done it pretty much all on his own. So he's done all his block work, he's done his fiberglassing, he's done all his plumbing, he's done everything himself, and like me, he's a newbie too. So yeah, no, really impressive. So next week we shall go and see Steve, so you'll get to see that, you'll get to see progress. We'll probably order some glass, and I'll give you a fry update. A fry up update. Fry up. Yeah, that's not right. Anyway, I'll catch you later on. Evie, where are you? Say bye.
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 Catch you later. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget, it's groundworks, ain't cookery. Get on with it.